Alright guys, Croatia and Belgium have just played at a 0-0 draw and Croatia are through. Morocco topped the group, I think I'm right in saying. Croatia second and Belgium are out of the World Cup at the group stages, which I did not think I'd be saying before the tournament, but having seen how it's gone, I have to say I'm not surprised. I think it's not been the most horrendous tournament ever in terms of results-wise for like a big team going out of the group stage. Like there's certainly been worse, like France and Italy in 2010, as well as Spain in 2014 and Germany at the last World Cup as well. But they've got 4 points, but I don't think they deserve 4 points, to be honest. They've been lucky to get that much because that opening game against Canada, they were poor. God knows how they won it. The second game against Morocco got what they deserved, 2-0 loss. And today, I think you could argue today that they got the better chances, but I still don't think they were better than Croatia today. I think a draw was probably the fair result. In terms of how the game went, it was a solid first half from Croatia. They got given a penalty, and it was correctly disallowed. I wasn't even that convinced on the decision of the foul. I thought Carrasco he's gone for the ball. He hadn't intentionally stamped on Kramaric's foot, I think it was. So for me, it was a little bit of a soft penalty anyway, but they correctly disallowed it for offside. That it did take a while for them to notice it, but the decision was right in the end. Like Modric had stepped up and got himself ready to take the penalty by the time they changed their minds, but they got there in the end is the main thing. But yeah, Belgium probably had the best chance of the first half in terms of Dries Mertens' chance very early on, which he skied over the bar. And yeah, it wasn't the most eventful first half ever. It definitely wasn't one that'll be remembered. But the second half, Belgium made some changes at half time as well, bringing on Lukaku for Dries Mertens. And I just thought when Lukaku was coming off the bench, I thought he's going to score. It felt like he's got something to prove in this game because he hasn't had many minutes this tournament so far anyway. Batshuayi started both games, and I don't think he even came on against Morocco in the last game. I could be wrong there, but or no, was it the first? He didn't come on in one of the games, and he hadn't even started any of them. So it felt like he might have a point to prove, as well as this is probably the lowest point in his career so far in terms of how he's seen as a footballer. Like it's amongst Europe's elite strikers, he's not really considered in that bracket anymore at the minute. Anyway, after that poor spell back at Chelsea last season and not the best start to life back into this season. But he had his chances. He had 4 chances in total. The third one was a bit harsh to call a chance. It had come at him very quick. But the first one, he's got to score. It's on his weak foot and he's hit the post and it's hit the very inside of the post. In fact, it's basically coming as close as you can scoring without actually scoring. It's hit the one post and gone the other side and nearly gone out for a goal kick because of the curve of the ball. So unlucky on that one. I'll give him that. Every striker has one of them every now and again. The second one he had, it probably would have been disallowed anyway because of De Bruyne not quite reaching the ball in time to cross it in. It was a tough ball to reach, in fairness to De Bruyne. But you've got to score it. It's sailed over the goalkeeper from a deflection from, I think it might have been Lovren or Cavadiol's head. And it's virtually an open goal. And he's seen the trajectory of the ball and he still managed to head it over the bar. And the final chance he had was, it came at him and he's chested it for some reason. It's an awkward one, but you've got to find a great striker would find a way of bundling that ball but into the back of the net, and he didn't manage to do so, and it cost his team. All the good chances today fell to Lukaku mostly for Belgium, and he couldn't take any of them. Belgium also made changes throughout the second half, bringing on players like Tielemans. Who else? They brought on Torgan Hazard as well. and there was another one which I am forgetting at the most convenient of times right at this minute. We'll move on anyway. But yeah, of course, Jeremy Doku. He came on, and Doku, as soon as he picks up the ball, it just makes a difference. Like, he's one of these where he picks up the ball. He might not be the most technically gifted player ever, but he causes chaos. And as soon as he picks up the ball, everyone in the stadium, that they're either stood up or they're paying close attention to him. And it's just a bit more excitement to the game, which Belgium have had absolutely none of this tournament. They haven't had anything from Eden Hazard. Kevin De Bruyne has been uncharacteristically poor in this tournament. I think it could be down to the fact that he's been playing multiple different positions throughout the 3 games, whereas in the Manchester City team he knows his role and he's very good at it. But it's just not good, and I think you have to look at Roberto Martinez for that partially. So I think Martinez is going to be under pressure after this tournament, and I think this could be it for Belgium at the top for a long time, because they've got some good young players, but they haven't really got a squad of players that you look at and you think, all right, at the next World Cup they'll have a good team, because the amount of players they're going to lose, De Bruyne, Hazard, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, all going to go. Well, not all going to go, but not realistically going to be there. So that leaves them with a squad full of players like Tielemans, Dendoncker, Trossard, and even Trossard will be 30 by then. Doku, Batshuayi might be knocking on by then. I think he'll be in his early 30s. So they really are short on players. So it'll be players like De Ketelaere, who, whilst he's had a couple of good seasons at Club Brugge and not a bad start to his life at AC Milan, is he still top class? I'm not 100% sure. So it's going to be tricky to see Belgium getting back to I was going to say what they once were, but like getting back into quarterfinals and semi-finals of big competitions like they have been this decade, when they realistically should have reached 1 or 2 finals and possibly even won a trophy with the amount of talent they've had in their squad. But on to Croatia. Another good performance, really. They got the job done. They only needed a draw, really, and they did what they set out to do. There was a few good performers in particular. I thought Perisic and Sosa on the left had 2 very good games. I thought that they were the main source of problems that Croatia caused for Belgium. And even in central defence, Lovren and Gvardiol were solid for most of the game. Gvardiol had a couple of moments where he didn't do anything wrong, he just looked a little bit dodgy. But, he's only 20, he'll improve. And he still had a good game, so I think it was a bit unfair to even bring that up, considering the amount of important things he did for Croatia in that game, like the tackle on Lukaku right at the end, where he managed to just about take the ball off him. I have no doubt that there is a fair chance that Lukaku would have missed the opportunity anyway, but you don't want to give strikers on the opposition team chances, especially just not for the hell of it. But yeah, Croatia are through, Belgium aren't, Morocco are through in this group as well, Canada aren't. So yeah, interesting. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.